Hey guys, it's Diddy goes back again for another video. I think we're on episode number 64 of our series, and here we are playing against Jeffrey Knight 10 from the Philippines. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and play our 10-minute game, and then we'll hop into the analysis right after. And here we got an Italian game, which is I think maybe one of the most common openings of all time. Opponent plays the 2 knights defense, inviting us into this, but I always get scared with things like the Traxler counter gambit. It's often a little weird, so I'm just gonna play the quiet way, play the main line, and we'll go through there. Okay, my opponent immediately played d5, and I do have to take, or else I'm gonna be dropping a pawn, which is fine. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I'm not very used to these knight on d5 positions, but I guess we'll find out how it goes. I think it's probably still fine to castle. If we castle, I guess he has this move, bishop here. I don't think it's too bad of a problem, though. Right? It can't be that bad. Can't be that bad. Or should I just play h3 right now to stop this from happening? Pins can be annoying. Let's see. I guess if we castle and he puts this pin in, our opponent will be wanting to just jump in right here. But we also have c3, so not too much of a problem. I still have to decide where does this bishop go. Especially if my knight's going to be on d2, which could be a little sad. I think I'm just going to go with h3, which I feel like is a little safer. It is giving up a tempo because my opponent gets to do whatever they want with this piece. And they decide to do that. Very nice. I'll go ahead and just castle. Just adding like a defender to this square. And yeah, we're over here. So, yep. I think we could start off with c3. Preparing for like a b4 push. That would be pretty cool. Okay, my opponent immediately pulled back the knight, which is interesting. We could go ahead onto b5, but it's not really a pin anymore. Or we can go back to b3 and kind of hold this together, which I think is better. Our opponent might be wanting to play something like this. So I'm going to keep the pin over here. And if my opponent tries to play something like knight a5, that'll just be dropping a pawn. So, should be good so far. Oh, what about this pawn? This pawn's a little weak, is it not? Yeah, that's a little weak. We got to figure out how to keep this safe. We could play. Can we play d4? He takes, I take, knight takes, he takes, queen takes. It's not very good. Yeah, I don't want to drop this pawn, so we might have to play bishop c2. And it's a bit messy, but that might be what's forced to be played to protect this pawn. So I guess I'll do it. I'll do what I got to do. We still have b4 and this move also available. So we'll take a look at that. Okay, queen onto this square. Very cool. He's inviting us to play a move like bishop g5. It's development with a bit of a what's it called? Tempo. We're attacking the queen, so he has to move the queen over. That could be an interesting move. Maybe that's where he wants to put this queen, because then he's lining up this and this. So maybe not. We could just play b4 and a4 as well. That's something we could do. If we play b4, where is this bishop going? It's going to be going into a much more passive direction. So I'm going to go ahead, throw it in an b4. We're getting some queenside space as well. So I'm sure it's a good move. It's got to be fine. And actually, something that my opponent might be doing is putting this rook on the semi-open file, because my queen's in the center. And just add an attacker to this pawn. So maybe we want to play queen over here as well in the future. So we could put our own rook here. Maybe add an attacker to this pawn. That could be interesting. But yeah, we'll take a look at that. If he goes back here, I guess we have this bishop move. He doesn't go back there, so not too crazy to look at now. He does block this in, so it's not as much of a thing to think about now. I don't really want to play this right now because if he ever does play this, I would love to have knight h4 to trade off this piece, and then we could play this and kind of get all up and in there. Something we could do is try to push this over here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Try to get in into this square, just push open, get this knight out of the way. If it goes here, it's fine. We could probably play something like this move, and then we're attacking this bishop. This piece. Interesting move there. Another thing we could do is just stop it from coming here completely just by playing this move. But I don't know if that works. If we go here and maybe he plays something like this, could that be a bad... I guess then we can still play this. If he goes here, we take, he takes, I play this. Oh, but then he has this, I take, queen takes, I take, and we're dropping this pawn. So maybe not. He goes back, I push. Yeah, he can go here. We can play this move too, but I guess he has this square. Whatever that square is. Taking a bit of a think here. This move is nice, but I'm scared about things rolling down the center of the board here as well. We could try to put a knight on this square. That could be something. If we do go here and he plays something like this, it's a little scary. Because this pawn is being threatened. So we have to protect it like this. Actually, I think that's fine. So yeah, I'm going ahead trying to threaten this. So that he takes, I take. And our structure is a little bit more sound. But if he does something like this, we might have to play bishop b2. Okay, he goes ahead here. I think we just have this trade, which is fine for us. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, now he's got to protect this bishop. He's got a lot of moves for that, so it's probably not a problem. But if he does something like this, I guess we could play knight f3. And get a piece on the attack over here. Or we take, he takes, and I play this. If we take here, his queen takes, I push with this idea. That's also something. Or maybe we open up with this, so he goes back, I take, he takes back, I push, attacking his queen, but he has this pawn push, so things are safe enough for him. Man, this move is very enticing. And I want to be able to play it, but it might just not work. And maybe my piece just wants to be on like this kind of square instead. But if I go here, and he's going to have to go back here, I think. But either way, it's going to end up with a trade over here. Unless this happens. But then I guess he just goes back here. It's not much of a thing. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and take here, and then we can play this. Yeah, that's fine. It's good enough. So we're threatening to take this. Something we can do is play this, attacking him. If he goes here. Okay, cool. I guess we can push him out like this. Or like this, but then we drop this pawn. That's not what we want to do just yet. Well, yeah, we could do this move. Attacking this. You can't take here, because we just take back with our knight. You can't take here, because we just take back over here. But it's still a little messy with all the pieces flying out and around. let's see how this goes. We're also getting low on time. Okay, he goes there. Interesting. I could just take this. I could do this move. And then try to do something like that. Oh, but that, there's like a thing. There's a thing there. Doesn't work. Or I take here. If his queen takes, I push. No. If I take here, he closes this up, which is nice. Which is nice. But then we might be dropping this pawn. So I guess we do take here, and then do we just see what happens? Low time. I'm going to start off with this first, just adding the pin in. We'll see how this goes. And maybe we're actually threatening this move to win a pawn somehow. Because if his queen goes back here, and we take over here, and he takes back, we could take this, he takes, I take, he takes over here. And we've got some active pieces, and we could be taking this pawn in the future too. So that could be something I'm looking at. That's still very complicated. And of course, I just wish I had more time, but I think I might have used too much in the beginning. Again, it's what happens. We're going to speed it up. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'd love to play something like this, though. But I guess you could go here, and it's not really a free pawn, though. Because if we take, he takes up this pawn. I guess he's doubling up some stuff, so it could be good for us. Okay, he does that. I'm going to go ahead and try this out. It's worth a try. I hope. Yeah, he goes there. I think I'm just going to take over here. Okay, he does that. If we take here, this could be a bit weaker. I could play this. Stop this knight from coming in here. That's actually probably a really good move. I do like that. And then I guess we just have to fortify this knight. Let's double up rooks, maybe? Sounds fun. Uh-oh. This looks a little dangerous. I'm going to go ahead and... I can't take. Let's take here. Okay, he took that back. We could take check and then take here. He does that move. Very cool. I could just take this pawn too. Let's do it. Let's just take more pawns. Okay, he does that move. So I'm not too worried about it. He has this check. Maybe I'd want to play this though. Let's do this, and then let's try to get this other rook into the game. Get this other rook up and running, right? Well, we're up quite a few pawns, but we're just down a lot of time. In some cases, time is more important than pawns. Okay, I'm going to do this move, try to attack this piece at the same time. Don't really like how he's attacking everything at the same... all my pieces. Like this. He might play something like this, but then I think we're going to get our queen in this, and then we're going to try to maybe do this move. Okay. Yep, and I'm attacking this rook now, so he's got to do something with it. Doesn't want to just lose it, I'm hoping. Something we could do. I guess this is almost forced. If I give him a check here, this queen move is forced. I don't want to take yet, though. If I take, his rook takes. I guess I have to open file, and then should be able to do things, but it's not the most fun. So I want to find a way to win. And we are low on time, so maybe a rook endgame is not the best idea. Okay, he does that move. I could go here. Let's do that, and I guess we're still threatening the same thing, so not really a problem. Let's attack him like this. Oh, but he has this move, doesn't he? Perhaps he does. I like this move for him. Oh, I think I should have just went for the win like that. This is this could be a bit of a problem. I should have walked into that that opening. But we do have this kind of move over here. Oh, I guess another thing we do have is this check, and then we just do this check. I just need to make sure that I'm not in the on this queen's diagonal anymore, so that he doesn't have any funny discoveries winning my queen. Okay. He did that move. Let's give him a check. Maybe another check. Let's do this move. Give him a check here. Oh no. I don't know how to... Okay, let's do this check. I think things might be falling apart here. Things might be falling apart. Yep, even after something like this, it's really messy. How do I protect everything? How do I protect everything? I don't know. Maybe I should give him the check with the queen so I can come down at least. But here, I actually just might be getting mated. I don't know. After something like check like this, I'm forced over here. And he just has check over here. I go back up. Yep, he has this check. My opponent's found a very nice thing for himself here. We've only got a little bit of time, and we do have some counterplay still, so there are some ideas. He's just got a really nice battery to always slide back and protect everything, so it's tough. It is tough. But I am excited to see how my opponent deals with this. Because my opponent's also starting to run out of time. And if he can play fast enough, there's a bit of a chance that we can maybe slide in and get something done. So that would be pretty cool. My opponent plays this move. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Oh, he gives me a check. Oh, that's annoying. But we have this something. We have something. I do hope that something can work out. He's got no time. He does that move. Very nice. I'm going to give him this check. And this check. And this check. Oh my gosh, and he just took my piece. I didn't realize that. I'm going to take here. Let's see. There's always a chance that my opponent's too slow. And I've got quite a few pawns. Maybe somebody can do something here. Oh, Oh, he found checkmate as well. Oh, that's so sad. We misplayed that really badly. We for sure had some sort of winning position, but we threw it away. And it happens. It happens. Can't do much about it. It is chess. It's a fast game after all. But that was very fun. So this is all normal. H3 is a bit of a mistake. Apparently, what should we have played? Let's try to retry this. I guess castles. Castles is fine. Okay. We got this done. C3 is fine. He plays this. We go back to B3. And he has a slight advantage throughout this entire thing. But this is a bit of a mistake. I wonder what the best move here was. Could it actually have been this move? Yeah, that's a bit of an inaccuracy. So I wonder what the best move was. Okay, just sliding the rook over. Okay. That's a very natural move. It's not really threatening anything. So I want to see why exactly my move is bad. So he goes back. I played A4. And he plays A6, which is an inaccuracy. I wonder what he should have done instead. He should have come in here immediately. That makes sense. And our pieces are a lot more passive. His are all in the center, so he does have the better edge. So I guess if we did play, instead of this move, we played rook e1. What's the best move for him? Can he play this move? No, because we have knight b to d2, and then we're coming in here. I don't know. I guess moving this b pawn weakens the c pawn a lot, and we need the c. And then since the c pawn is weak, we need the knight to hold that down. That's probably it. And then we can't, because we played b4, we can't actually develop this knight. So I guess that's probably it. But he didn't do that. I played knight b to d2 here now. Now he should have played knight d right here, because this pawn is in trouble. I would have played bishop b2, but as you guys can see, my pawns are behind bishops. And there isn't anything just yet, but knight f4 is really nice for him because, well, look at this knight. Yeah, it's for sure very strong. His queen's also coming in, his bishop's here. You can always push this pawn and then open up this other bishop too, so he has a very nice position. It's very, not easy to play, but it's probably easier to play, relatively speaking. But we did play this, he didn't find that. I found knight h4, he plays this move. Okay, apparently I should have played this move. And I'm very surprised because, well, yeah, we are opening this up and we're attacking the queen in many ways. What if he just takes this rook, though? Or this piece, though? We have bishop g5, which traps the queen. He can't go here because of the queen. Our bishop's controlling this square. Knight's defending the piece. The bishop's also controlling this square. Knight's controlling this. Everything is safe. Oh, except for this piece, this square, but... Oh, no, this is by the pawn, of course. So the best move here would just be to sack it. Oh, wow. So I was, like, looking, like, what is... Like, how do I make this work? That was how you make it work. And now, actually, there is no way to even protect this bishop. Next best move would be queen e7 if you want to save this piece, but then you take over here, and then you're forcing a trade over here, and it's just amazing for you. So that was the move, but we missed it. We did this, which was the third best move, which is okay. But I'd love to... That's probably what we should have played instead. If we did this move instead, he has lots of ways to stay protecting this bishop. So if he plays queen f6, I guess we can play bishop g5. But he plays queen e6, and it's still all protected. But after something like this, that tide still swings in our favor because of d4 with this thing. And we were looking at this, but he has e4. That's kind of something I missed, and I felt like kind of awkward after this because, well, he's attacking this, he's attacking this. But I guess right now the pawn is pinned, so he's not really attacking this. Lots of interesting things. But we just ended up taking, he took back, I played this. This happens. Bishop b3 was played. Apparently we should have played d4. Because he got into this square. If we play d4 right now. Oh, I guess now there are discovery threats, so we're setting this up. Apparently bishop e7 is the best move. Knight c5 is the best move for us then. And I guess we win this pawn and it can come back always. But yeah, this is interesting. So like knight c5, he can't take this pawn because if he takes this pawn and we take his queen, and he tries to take our queen, well, we're just up a piece because we take back his knight, he doesn't take back our bishop. So instead he would want to protect this. But if he does that, I guess this pawn is hanging, so I'd probably just play queen d3 and set up this battery. But apparently g takes e5 is the best move. Oh, and if he ever takes this piece, we have queen d3 threatening mate, or he loses this knight. It's kind of like a fork. That's interesting. But anyways, going back, we played this move, and he got to f4, and we played queen f3, which is okay. He plays this. I played g4, which is a bit of a mistake, or an inaccuracy, but it's fine. It's still even, so I'm just not too worried. We do all this. We should have taken over here. If we take over here, and queen takes, oh, we have d4. We have a really strong center. This knight is not going anywhere, right? Only thing to do is go back, but still he can go to f5, and bishop controls this. So that's interesting, and then I guess we will have control of this open file. He's got a weakness in this with this pawn, and if he tries to play something like g5, well, it's very weakening, and kingside can be opened up, especially because we have this bishop. So that's interesting, but that's what should have been played. We played this, and it was similar. Yeah, after I played this, I realized, wait, we should play rook a to e1, because if there are any captures ever, you always want to have the chance to maybe have some in-between moves. But if we play rook this move here, and we end up doing a trade, he's going to take with check, so we have to address this. If we played it over to this move instead, and then what did he play? He played king h8. Now all of a sudden we might be winning, because after something like this, we're threatening all of this as well. So there's actually no way to completely save everything. If he does this, then we're going to be winning this pawn. And if he ever does something like this, we're not going to take this rook first. We're going to give him this check first. He's going to move over, and then we take this, and all of a sudden our knight is over here. Our bishop is looking like this. It's amazing. And we also got a free bishop. So, yeah, but we played this, which is fine. King h8. Still, I should have taken over here. If he takes with the queen, he loses this pawn. If he takes with the rook, he loses this pawn. So there's all these things. And of course, if he takes with the rook now, we have mate 1. So there's always these ideas. We didn't find that, though. We tried double rooks, and then I did take eventually. And this all happens. Apparently, we should have first doubled the rooks and then maintain control of this open file. This way, the way we played, his queen is on the open file, so that's cool. And then we had to kind of like move around our queen so we could try to get a rook onto this. But if we double the rooks immediately, we have the open file no matter what. If he takes, we just take back. We have the open file. He can't double rooks because of our amazing bishop. Other best move is rook d to d8, which is really sad. He's kind of looking at a pawn that's already protected, so it's not doing too much. And then we can just kind of roll down this way with queen takes f4, and then we can take this pawn, and it's very nice for us. Very pleasurable. But this happened, it's okay. We took a lot of pawns, and it's nice. So we got this moving around. Over here, we should just play this move and then get our rook over. I guess this was all safe for him. After this, I play queen e2. He plays up. And I should have played queen e8 check. This was the easiest way to play. Because after this, he just takes this, this, this. I have the open file. This is just better for me. Even after like rook d8, well, this pawn is protected, so I don't know what you're going to do over there. Oh, we have bishop d5 still. Because if he takes, it's just checkmate. So we're trying to like either make more weaknesses or win pawns. If he just moves this knight back, we just win a pawn. If he plays rook f8, which apparently is the best move, we take over here, he takes back, and pawns are about to drop for him. So we could play rook e6 and win a pawn. We're just completely demolishing him. That's what I should have played. I saw this endgame, but I still decided to not play it because I thought it could be a bit scary, but I shouldn't have been scared. I played this, which is fine. We should have done this check over here still, because if he goes back, we have bishop g8. We have bishop g8 check. He goes back up. Discovery check. He can't take this bishop because it's check. So when he goes back, we have this checkmate right here. So this still is working. And I have a feeling that my opponent, since he played h6, he would have fallen for this checkmate, actually. But I didn't see it, neither did he. So it doesn't mean much. And then I play king g3. He has this move. I have to go back, or else I'm going to get stuck in some ugly things. So I give him the check. He goes here. And I still have this mate idea with bishop g8 check. This time it's mate in 4, though, because after this, he has to block with his queen. Earlier, he couldn't block with his queen, but we still have the same checkmate idea. So we had mate in 4. We didn't see it, though. That's only if he moves his king over. If he blocks with the rook, Whoops. If he blocks with the rook, it's a bit better for him, but we've queen e4, and then our queen is still centralized, so it's very nice. But we played bishop here instead, which is okay, but then we did this, and then this was the blunder. This was the blunder. We needed to get this rook over here, just to defend everything. I thought we had this check, and then we could do this, but he has rook f7, which is our only move that holds it together for him. Because now all of a sudden I have no way to defend. I saw bishop takes g6, which is a way to kind of hold it, but it doesn't hold it after I bring this other rook in, because, well, no more checks and no way to defend this other than this move. But then he just says check here, and then he's going to win this. Also, my queen is hanging. If we had checked with the queen, and he goes back, we have queen e3, and we have so many extra pawns that it's still drawable, even though he's up a knight. That was the actual idea, but this happened, this happens, and I wonder if we had anything over here. Because all of a sudden now, he doesn't have like a forced mate. He plays rook here, and I get, I play b5, which is okay. He does this check, I go here, which is forced. He moves over, and then I give him a check. He goes here. I give him this check, which apparently is a mistake. We should have just played over here, takes, and then takes, I guess. And we're not in any danger of any mates, which is really interesting. I mean, our king's all the way up on h5, surrounded by opponent pieces, but we're not in any danger, so we can actually just do this, which is really interesting. And I guess we can try to give him a check from this side too. We played this, he blocks, and I should not have taken over here, because that just drops a full knight, and all of a sudden, yeah, this is for sure lost. So, yeah. We had mate available in several positions, but we missed it. And I guess the best way to not miss those next time is just to remind myself that, well, I have more pieces still in the fight. So over here, I was so I guess I was just so focused on my queen and rook when I did this that I kind of forgot that this bishop existed. Also, I just have this winning endgame, so I should have just gone for it. And it should have been easy. I missed bishop d5 though, because I just thought that, like, well, we can't go onto the 7th rank because of this knight, so it's going to be a bit tough. But we just had bishop d5 afterwards, and he can't take because of mate. So there was that line that I missed. But yeah. Another thing was just mate. I should have just gotten mate. That's unfortunate. I didn't see the mate here, but there is mate, and when you know that there's a mate, it's really easy to find. I just kind of forgot about my bishop. In fact, I don't even know if I moved it too much afterwards. I just moved it on this diagonal and then kind of just ended up sacking it, which is really sad. It got into this amazing diagonal, and I couldn't use it. Very bad by me. Also, the other thing was that I missed I missed like a queen trap over here. This is really interesting. So I didn't know that this was a queen trap, but if he takes this knight, we have bishop g5 and his queen is completely trapped. We saw bishop g5 in other lines, if he went here and then bishop g5, but got to think about the same moves, but in different contexts always. That was a really fun game. We had winning position, but ultimately fumbled it, unfortunately. But it was still very nice. I think that should be it for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and end it over here, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.